Hello friends, this video is brought to you by www.moeteaching.com.
Let us read the question. Two coins are tossed simultaneously 500 times. We get two heads 105 times, one heads 275 times, and no heads 120 times. And the probability of occurrence of each of these events have to be found out. It is given that two coins are tossed simultaneously 500 times means total trials are 500. Let us denote event of getting two heads by E1, event of getting one heads by E2, and event of getting no heads by E3. Then probability of event E1 is equal to number of times two heads appear by total number of trials, which can be written as P of E1 equal to 105 by 500, which is equal to 0.21. Similarly, probability of the event E2, that is getting one head, is 275 by 500, which is equal to 0.55, and probability of the event E3 is equal to 120 by 500, which is equal to 0.24. Also, on adding P of E1, probability of E2 and probability of E3, it comes out to be 1, showing that E1, E2 and E3, the three events, cover all the possible outcomes of the experiment of tossing two coins. Let us read the question. A dice is thrown 1000 times with the frequencies for the outcomes given in the table. Find the probability of each outcome. When we throw a dice, we know that the possible outcomes are getting a 1 or a 2 or a 3, so on, getting a 6. It is given that the dice is thrown 1000 times, so the total number of trials are 1000. Now let us define the event EI as event of getting I on the top. Then I can take values from 1 to 6. That means if I is 1, E1 is the event of getting 1 on the top. If I is 2, E2 is the event of getting 2 on the top. Then probability of event E1, that is event of getting 1 on the top, will be equal to frequency of 1 by number of trials, that is 1000, which will give us 179 by 1000, and that's equal to 0.179. Similarly, we can calculate P of E2, P of E3 and so on, P of E6. After calculating all the probabilities, let us find out the sum of P of E1, P of E2, P of E3, P of E4, P of E5 and P of E6. On adding, you will find that their sum is equal to 1, which shows that E1, E2, E3, E4, E5 and E6 cover all the possible outcomes of the trial And we should also note that probability of each event, that is E1 or E2 or E3 or any one of these, is between 0 and 1. Let us read the question. On one page of our telephone directory, there are 200 telephone numbers. The frequency distribution of their unit place digit is given in the table. Without looking at the page, the pencil is placed on one of these numbers, that is, the number is chosen at random. What is the probability that the digit in its unit place is 6? Let us first understand the statement. The frequency distribution of their unit place digit is given in the table. It means, suppose if the number is 25828573, then the unit place digit is 3, and the frequency of numbers with unit place digit 3 is 22 on that page. In other words, we can also say that on that particular page of the telephone directory, there are 22 numbers which end with digit 3. We are asked to find the probability that the digit in the unit place is 6. So we have to find the ratio frequency of digit 6 in the unit place by total number of selected telephone numbers. Clearly, frequency of digit 6 is 14. So the ratio is 14 by 200, as 200 is the total numbers on that particular page of the telephone directory. This comes out to be 0.07. Similarly, we can obtain the empirical probability of the occurrence of other numbers on the units place.